Hey everyone, it's Suey here. It's a Tuesday again, which means I'm going to do another tag. This one is called the Shelf Respect Tag. It was created by Richard at Richard History Lit, and I was tagged by Pat at Book Chat with Pat. And I think I might skip a couple questions now that I've perused through it. I'm deciding that if there's some questions that kind of stress me out, I can just skip them, you know what I mean? First one is, how do you organize your books on the shelves? Downstairs in my big library corner, I have a kids section, sort of like a picture book section, and then I have like a middle grade section, and then I have a YA section, and then I have a classics section, and then I have an adult fiction section, and then I have a nonfiction section. Some of the fiction books I've pulled out and put like award-winning books on their own shelf. And then there's a lot of random books that really don't have any sections and are just on a shelf. And I do organize them by author within those sections. So it's a bit like a true library-ish. Have you ever merged your collection with your significant other? Yes. My husband's books are all down there too. It's weird to think of his books as separate from my books. I mean, when we got married, of course, he had his own books, his kid books, his childhood books. Those are all mixed in with everything now. And then now when we get books for each other or, for presents, they all end up on the same shelf downstairs. I didn't mention that we do have other shelves besides the downstairs shelves. These ones behind me are the immediate TBRs. And then I have a shelf in my room that is the lower tier TBRs. And then there's a shelf in the living room that has like some antique books and some other random books that never ended up on the downstairs shelves. Do you write your name or the price or the price paid in your books? The price paid? Why would I write the price paid in my books? My name. So I got this cute little stamper that says Suey's book a couple years ago for Christmas, but I haven't used it much because it feels weird for me kind of to put my name in it. I've stressed about that because I think there maybe are certain books that I'm okay declaring mine and other books maybe not, but I can't really decide what that is. So, but no, other than that stamp that I kind of want to figure out how to use, but I don't really know how to use, I don't write my name in. There might be a few that I have my name in that were school books. And, like I was hauling them around back and forth to school back in the day. Those ones have my name in them. So other than that, no. And the price paid, I don't even know why you would do that. Some of them still have a sticker on them that have prices. Do you keep all of the books you've read or only the most cherished? I tend to keep all of them, which is something I need to work on and figure out how to do. I've been saying that I'm getting a little free library hopefully soon, and I'm hoping that that is a way that I feel good about getting rid of books. I have a hard time just deciding what books I don't want and giving them to the used bookstores or the thrift stores or whatever. I for some reason feel better having my little library and then sharing them with the world that way. That seems different to me. So I'm hoping that I can get rid of some books. But all the books in this whole house, pretty much every book I've ever owned. Does the style and quality of your bookshelves and bookcases matter? No. IKEA all the way. IKEA is extremely cheap, even still, I think, in this day and age, and made fairly sturdily, but very cheaply. One time we chopped into an IKEA bookshelf. It's cardboard inside. IKEA bookshelves are made with cardboard, but I don't care. Because they work, they're cheap. I have them all over my house. These things, IKEA, yeah, everywhere. There's two styles. There's the Billy bookshelves, and then there's the, oh gosh, now I forgot what these ones are called. The Billy ones are downstairs, and then these ones are called Okay, I'm having a massive mind blank. I will figure it out and put it right down here for you in the editing because now it's going to bug me. Yeah, those two are all over my house. So they're not beautiful-ish. They're not fancy. They are for sticking books on, a ton of books. And they make a corner feel like a library, so it works. And do you have any gripes or complaints about bookcase construction? Well, I just said IKEAs were made out of cardboard. That's just a statement of fact. It's not a complaint or a gripe for me because they hold up pretty well. Somehow they can make their bookcases out of cardboard and it still works. Do you ever stack books horizontally? Yes. I stack them this way and that way. I shove them in. Okay, yeah, horizontally. Whoa. These bookshelves, these books aren't really beautiful because of the grandkid that comes and just pulls them off. And so I just put them back on and I don't try to organize because I know they're not going to stay. Ow. Oh boy. I like the variation of up and down and sideways and yeah, like this one right here. I like how that looks. So, what are your 5 favorite jackets or covers and your 5 most disliked jackets or covers? So, I did a cover one a while back. Do you remember? And I kind of struggled through it. Because covers are cool. There are covers that stand out to me. The only covers I don't really like are like maybe boring, plain ones with absolutely nothing on them. But like this one that I've shown that is really cool cover. But I can't tell you right off the bat what covers are ones that I've liked. And I would have to go downstairs and or through this shelf here and just figure out ones I like. But I don't have specific ones that I like. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of skipping that question. The last question besides tagging people is there such a thing as too many books? Well, my initial response is no, there is not. I do feel like there is a thing of too few books. I feel like if you go to somebody's house and there's no books, that gives me anxiety. How can you not have any books in your house? So if the question were reversed, I would say yes, there's a thing as too few books. Too many books, I feel like it couldn't be. This is a hard question. No, there's not a thing as too many books unless it takes over your life in such a way that you can't really function. And you have no other space for anything else. And it becomes like a hoarding problem, which I almost feel like I'm almost to, which is why I feel like I need to get rid of some books. So yeah, that's a trick question, I would say. Do you guys know that movie Sabrina, the one that Harrison Ford is in, which I think is a remake, and his character, do you remember his house? Maybe I can find a clip of it. Or his apartment. You walk in and there's literally books everywhere. I always thought that was the coolest thing. I felt like it was so cozy, but he might be bordering on a bit too many books. Yeah, and he doesn't organize it at all. They're just everywhere. But books piled everywhere and stacked everywhere gives me a feeling of comfort. So, but it can cross the line, I think. So yeah, you gotta be careful, I guess. Tag some others. I don't know who to tag. I'm just doing this one real quick so that I can have some videos going up while I'm on vacation during the Christmas break. So if you haven't done it, then go ahead and do it. Anyone who feels like it, okay? And this was kind of a fun one to do, even if I kind of skipped the cover question. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, happy reading. Bye.